Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? In case you're not paying attention to the news, there is a term that's being used more and more and more. This recent visit to Davos, Klaus Schwab came out and gave everybody a tongue lashing. What did he say? Governments need to be a lot more aggressive in taking control over their people by any means necessary. And that means over here in our country, violating our constitutional rights. They don't care. We're hearing this term everywhere now. They don't even hide it. They're telling us now that we must give in to the New World Order. You're hearing it over and over again. There's politicians out there that support the Great Reset, the so-called Biden Build Back Better. That's not Biden's Build Back Better. Biden stole that slogan from the World Economic Forum's Great Reset. Let's go over what I'm talking about here quickly. Before I get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. As you are aware, this helps me get past the YouTube algorithms and keeps them from shadow banning the show. In addition to that, if you are not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, check out our friends over there at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy. Before I get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to some great people. The name of their company is MJ's Smoking Varieties. They're in Jamestown, California. I drove by there and I was curious about their crossbows that they had there. I was surprised to see that in a head shop they had different size crossbows, and the people there were really nice. It was really nice to meet the owners there. But if you're ever in Jamestown, it's right off the highway at 18365 Highway 108 in Jamestown, California. Swing by, say hi, great people. Again, it's MJ's Smoking Variety. They have more than just smoking stuff in there, you guys, all right? Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. We already heard this before, but I want you to hear just a handful of examples of what I'm talking about. Listen.
I think, my mother had an expression, out of everything terrible, something good will come if you look hard enough for it. I think this presents us with some significant opportunities to make some real changes. We are at an inflection point, I believe, in the world economy. Not just the world economy, in the world. It occurs every 3 or 4 generations. As one of the top military people said to me in a secure meeting the other day, 60 million people died between 1900 and 1946. And since then, we established a liberal world order, and that hadn't happened in a long while. A lot of people dying, but nowhere near the chaos. And now is a time when...
This guy's an idiot. A freaking idiot. He's actually stealing the words from the founder, Klaus Schwab, of the Great Reset. He said, from chaos comes organization. He said, we must take advantage and rethink the world's finance. He was talking about due to the coronavirus. Now you hear Biden go, oh, my mama told me you from a mess of stuff, we can reorganize and rebuild, and he's just using the same words, but in a different kind of way. This guy has no originality whatsoever, but nonetheless, you heard him say it's time for a new world order. They've been saying this for quite some time. We also know that Janet Yellen has used the term New World Order herself, and she even called it New World Financing. We must rethink the way we do the New World Finance. But she's talking about, she made a recommendation on a so-called worldwide, a global corporate tax, and that everybody should follow into it. Again, they are pushing the Great Reset's agenda. This is the New World Order, one world government that tells all the other people what to do. And that's exactly what's happening now under this administration. There is a political party out there, whether you want to believe it or not, that is doing very well to serve the New World Order agenda. That's just one political party. You hear them bring it up all the time. They're pushing this socialist agenda. They are supporters of the Great Reset. They listen to their masters. George Soros and Klaus Schwab. But anyways, the fact that any one country would try to tell other countries what to do when it comes to their corporate taxes is mind-blowing. But even more mind-blowing than that is the fact that people are starting to feed into this. But if you listen to this interview, and I'll leave the link down below, what she says to Janet Yellen is this corporate tax, what it does is it forces the world to pay taxes to Britain. You mean the royal family? Isn't this what people have been talking about now for how long? But let's hear part of what she has to say. Listen.
That's right, but other successful companies as well that are highly profitable, that we've agreed to share a portion of the taxing rights with countries where these goods and services are consumed. So we're going to a system, we've agreed to a system where there'll be some reallocation of taxing rights across countries, but it will not focus on digital companies alone.
So do you hear what she's saying? They have already agreed. They didn't ask the voters what we wanted. You just heard what she said. We have already agreed. Now, what she's saying is that countries that are more powerful, that have a lot more money, we have agreed, according to her, to pay for those countries who can't afford their portion. They're reallocating our money. They're giving the taxpayers' dollars to other countries and to this organization, the World Economic Forum's Great Reset. Are you okay with that? Listen, this is not about Democrats or Republicans no more. You people need to get over it. But you have to call them out as they are. The Democrats are the political party that is pushing this. Look, this is not my political party no more. This is nothing that resembles the Democrats that I supported growing up for most all my life. This is a whole new Democratic Party. So people shouldn't get butthurt when somebody says, oh, the Democrats, because they are responsible for most of the crap that's going on out there. This is why you're seeing the largest shift in political parties that we've ever seen. Now you just got to be careful that they don't sneak some of these people into the Republican Party. But nonetheless, you heard what she's saying. They're going to take taxpayer dollars and they're going to reallocate it out to other countries. They already agreed to it, she said. Did you get the memo for that? I don't remember them asking us for permission. Talk about taxation without representation. So this came out today that when this guy was asking him, look, the people are pissed. They don't want to keep paying higher gas prices. But listen to his response.
Sustainable. What do you say to those families who say, listen, we can't afford to pay $4.85 a gallon for months, if not years. This is just not sustainable.
Well, what you heard from the president today was a clear articulation of the stakes. This is about the future of the liberal world order, and we have to stand firm.
They don't care about your suffering. He just said it point blank. You heard the president. They have to stand firm for the new world order, the liberal world order. They're the fact that they're even bold enough to call it the liberal world order, it's more like the progressive world order is what he means. So at Davos this year, they had a whole entire session on, are we ready for a new world order? I'm just going to play the first 30 seconds of it. Just listen to this.
Your Excellency, are you ready for a new world order?
I think, Becky, the main problem is, if you think of the technology is 21st century, 22nd century technology. What is happening in AI, what is happening everywhere really that will really transform and is transforming our lives and also transforming international relations. But I think the frame of thinking is still 19th century. I think this is one of the problems that we have in the international system. Where if you look, it's still about nationalism, it's still about state sovereignty, it's still about use of force or non-use of force. And I think this is one of the major issues.
You heard what he said, right? Did you hear what he said was the issue? The fact that people have pride in their nation, nationalism. You heard what he said? And the fact that people won't let that to go. So if you're proud of your nation, by the way, it was nationalism, which is help your people first. He said this is an issue. Real quick, let me just rewind it just a smidgen so you can hear again.
It's still about nationalism. It's still about state sovereignty. It's still about use of force or non-use of force.
State sovereignty. They don't want you to have your sovereignty. It's about nationalism and state sovereignty. In other words, your rights, your constitutional rights for those of us in the United States, your rights wherever you are in around the world. You heard what he said? That's an issue. Your sovereignty as well as your pride in your nation. That is a problem that they think they need to get past. So are you really ready to give up your sovereignty, your freedom? Because if you are, then jump right in there and support these people. Anyways, I thought I would just share this little tidbit with you guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Leave a comment down below because I'm curious about what you think. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll catch you later, and I am out.